Alright guys, as you can tell, we're back at the old Cuba's Get Fit. I know I said it was going to kind of be moved out of our rotation, and I did mean that at the time, because that last shoulder day we did here, obviously today's arms, but that shoulder day we did here, where it was like the manager was just, he's always been kind of ignorant and doesn't really think about what he says before he says it. Is what it is. He's always been that way. It's more of his nephew or cousin who's been coming, the young kid. More or less I have an issue with. But beggars can't be choosers. It's not like I can go to Planet right now. I have no idea if I'm allowed to go back or not. Like as a gym goer. I mean, the guy literally, after I was fired, they chased me down yelling at me about how, no, I have to escort you out. I have to escort you out. And I finally turned around and snapped at him. I was like, dude, my stuff's in the locker room. Can I get my possessions? So I have no idea if we're allowed to gym there or not, but I don't currently have a membership outside of my membership as an employee there. So no idea. But anyways, we're going to do some incline dumbbell side lateral. If you've never done these, I've only ever done them a few times. I'm not the world's biggest fan of this movement, but I think I've always just gone too heavy. I decided to go way lighter this time to see how it feels, because this isn't a movement you can go extremely heavy on. Ooh, but it does feel good. So you want whatever leg and arm opposite of what you're using to be behind the bench, and then the knee of the arm, the knee of the leg and the arm you're using, right? So on the bench. Ooh, definitely a good activation, but I think a good rule of thumb with this would be to only let yourself get about here, so there's still tension in the shoulder, and then back up. I'm getting all the way out here. Now the tension's coming out of my shoulder, and I think I wouldn't have noticed this if yesterday wasn't chest day. The tension's no longer in my shoulder, and it's getting into my chest like in a fly, because now I'm activating what the chest does, which is cross the body, cross the arms, cross the body is one of its functions right here. That's a good chest squeeze. And so I was definitely noticing here to here is all chest activation, and then back into shoulders. So while you're doing these, about here, back up. Get slightly past and then right back up. I think that is your best option for doing these. So I've said this in past videos, or at least I'm fairly certain I've said this in past videos, but I am the social media manager for this gym. Like, that's how me and Brandon have our membership here. So it's not like I hate this gym. It's not like I don't want to see it succeed. It just sucks that one of the people who now go here as this place has started to succeed more just isn't someone I personally like or see eye to eye with. And it's not that he's, I don't know, I'm almost certain he went to the same school as us. He was a few grades lower. I never thought he was a bad kid back then, but I don't know. Kid's kind of ignorant, and that's all there is to it. I'll drop it. But this feels great. This feels fantastic. Right now, I have the gym to myself, which is surprising given this place has been way busier lately, and it's been seeing way more traffic. But I'll enjoy having it to myself for right now. So you can do it the way I'm doing it right now for rear delt, or you could do it for side as well, where you bring it down towards the bench and then back up, which I think we'll just go into those next. So right now, doing the rear delt variation, then we'll do the side delt. So I think I said side delt when I introduced this in the last part of the video that I just recorded, but now we're doing rear delt. It is still side, it is an incline rear delt lateral, and then we'll do incline side lateral. So misspoke. We're going to do both, and that's probably why I misspoke, but I think what really happened there is I got on the bench with intentions of starting with the side lateral variation, and then wanted to do the rear delt variation afterwards. And then the moment I got in this position, I've always done the rear delt variation, so I just kind of automatically went into it. Now we're just going to get straight to side delt. So here is what I was thinking of when I started, which is kind of when it come out in front of the bench and then straight to the side. It's hard when you get on that not to want to start doing the rear delt variation. I've done it so many times that I guess I just automatically think of it. All right, so this variation is probably gonna be pretty common for arm days from now on, at least once in a while. This, and I fixed my form on normal push-downs as well, so we'll get into that later. If any of you guys are wondering where Brandon is this go around, he skipped today. Some new NHL hockey game came out, and so I guess he's at home playing that on his PS5. I think is what he got. Maybe he has the Xbox. I genuinely don't know. But I was like, you really skipping arms? You really skipping the gym? Play a hockey game? He's like, yeah. I was like, I didn't know Yanked Hockey did, but whatever. Enjoy. Ooh. To each their own. I can't make him come, and I can't, keep him from wanting to do something he'd rather do. So. Ooh. Ooh. I do love this machine, but this might be all we do for the shoulder portion, besides maybe one more variation of lateral raises. Is we'll use this for our press today. That's just me. But all right, we got a bit of a bicep tricep superset going. I'm gonna go into cable curls straight into cable easy bar push downs. So so when I was speaking a minute ago about changing my form on these. So traditionally, I would have stood right above it and pressed down. So now there's no tension at all. I could hold this all day. My weight's over it, and I'm just holding it in place. And even here, I'm able to use my body weight, not just my arms, to control it, compared to what I'm doing now. I seen this in a video recently, so I'm not claiming it to be my own. Hani Rambod pointed this out in a video recently. So you kind of come up, you kind of lean towards, and you're gonna kind of tuck your elbows. This is almost like when you get to the end of a skull crusher, and you're gonna do the motion as if you're doing a skull crusher, not an extension. So notice how my body is completely out of this, not over the weight at all. This is all arms, all triceps. Fantastic. I love it. He was talking about that in the video I watched yesterday. And so I thought I'd implement it, and it feels fantastic. Ooh. Ooh. The amount of burning in my triceps right now is way more than I normally feel during push-downs. Fantastic advice. And it's no shocker from Hani Rambod. I mean, the guy trained 25 people to the Olympia, or 25 Mr. Olympias, whatever. Oh. So yeah, I think this arm day needs to be much more. It's already been a really good pump, especially with the triceps are really feeling it. But I'm gonna grab these 50s or 50s. Jesus, I wish. Calm down there, Sam Silly. Now I'm gonna grab these 15s. That's more realistic. And I'm just gonna spam lateral raises. I'm gonna just aim for 100 reps. So I'm hoping for 4 sets to 25 or 5 sets to 20. But we'll see. 15s would be a good weight for that. Maybe I'm wrong. I would kind of start to lose count. I think that was 25. Ooh, oh. You know, you've been going to the gym for a while when you can't count to 25 without getting distracted mid-set, because I'm like, 1, 2, man, this feels good. 7, 8, yeah, it's like in reality you're at 5. Or maybe you're at 10. But that used to not be an issue at all, so it must just be the younger you go to gym, because I'd always see memes with that stuff in all the time. But like, definitely, the younger I've gone to the gym, the more consistent that issue has reared its ugly head, where I can't even keep track of what rep I'm on, so I just go to failure. But I'm pretty certain that's 25, if not maybe a few more. But ooh. Oh yeah, a few more sets of those. I mean, we gotta start thinking about when I'm gonna work out and not eating right before, because I feel like, man, I don't look like crap in this shirt today. This is one of the ones that's always been a bit on the tighter side. And you see the looseness coming in at the bottom. But I'm like so bloated. Like, one, I just drink egg free. It's so hot in here, I drink egg free. Sugar balls with water. So like, I feel that just sitting in my stomach. And then I meal prepped an entire pound of ground turkey, so 640 calories. With little imitation bacon bits, not because that's what I wanted, but that's just what we had at the house. 25 calories per tablespoon. 2 tablespoons, so that's 690 calories. You're already looking at, you're pushing like 80 grams of protein already. Reduced fat cheese, 1 serving. Reduced fat ranch, 2 tablespoons buffalo sauce. Stir that up, put it on low carb wraps, and you got almost a chicken bacon ranch. You can't tell it's turkey. So like chicken bacon ranch flavored thing with a bit of a kick, because I don't put that much hot sauce on it. And I ate those for lunch and then a pre-workout meal. So I've had like 1,000 some odd calories, 123 grams of protein already today. And I got I call it pumpkin pie yogurt. It's just Oikos 000 Pro, the entire container, mixed with a can of pumpkin puree, syrup-free maple syrup, pumpkin pie spice, and a scoop of protein, preferably vanilla. And sometimes I make that, but we place the yogurt with and 0 sugar, so sugar-free Jell-O cheesecake pudding mix, just 1 box. But I do another version with 0 sugar Cool Whip. So that takes 2 boxes of the cheesecake mix, 2 scoops of protein, the can of pumpkin, and then pumpkin pie. Not pumpkin pie. Pumpkin pie spice, but can of pumpkin. And those are both very filling because they're so voluminous. Like, they both take up this massive bowl. And it's 5 servings. I just do the amount of servings that's in pumpkin, and it says 5. And so I think it's 5 servings of yogurt per container too. So it's like you're looking at the yogurt version, 177 calories with 18 grams of protein in it. So it's beautiful. Love it. But you get the fiber from the pumpkin. It's very moist. Very, very good. Very good. So this one we'll have as a post-workout meal, just to have something sweet. Pretty sure I was 25. Started to lose track again. But I'm not even going to turn off the camera. We'll just take a rest and I'll hit that last set. But you wanna be winded, just spam lateral raises. And you'll knock the wind right out of yourself. And it's funny because it's not like it's a very demanding exercise physically, but that definitely take the wind out of you as you get towards the end of a set and you start just repping out some cheat reps. Ooh. Ooh. All right, so we'll do a cardio talk today, not a car talk, but that was a pretty good, 1 second, that was a pretty good arm workout, all things considered, no complaints here. So typically my arm days, it's just when I'm doing a bro split, I almost unintentionally focus on biceps and triceps more than shoulders when I hit arms. It's not even intentional. It's just, it's like that's the most enjoyable part of hitting arms. So you kind of almost in unintentionally put those things first, and then shoulders always, at least for me, end up getting neglected and left behind, and it's not intentional. And so that's kind of why we switched to back by chest try, so antagonistic training. Back by chest try, shoulders, and then legs. And what that did is it made sure bis and tries are still getting hit just as much as they do when we do the blow split, but then shoulders aren't getting neglected because they have their own day. And then obviously legs. And so today was definitely a more shoulder focused workout, which I'm fine with. But I almost hate only hitting 2 by and 2 try exercises, but I don't feel like I need any more. Like I have a really good pump right now. It's a really good workout. Supersetting it also helped keep my heart rate up, the intensity up. Spamming the 4 sets of 25 other ways has also had that effect of almost keeping the intensity up. And so no complaints there, in all honesty. So it was still a good workout. But I think this next rotation, we're going to switch from the bro split back to antagonistic training like we were before. So, I don't know, I'm just starting to find that I enjoy that more. But I also love having a designated arm day. So I don't know if maybe if I'm going to do the bro split, if it'd be more beneficial to hit rear delts on back and hit front and side on chest day, and then just let arms be arms, or if antagonistic training is just more my style. So maybe we'll try that next go around. As we'll hit rear delts on back day, we'll hit side in front on chest day. Front is already getting a lot of activation on chest day as it is, and then arms legs. So we'll try that for a while, see how that feels. But I'm leaning towards going back to antagonistic training. I'm starting to think that's just more my style. It's more what I've come to enjoy. So we'll see. But no complaints here. That was a really good workout. Really enjoyed it. So I don't really think I have any complaints or notes on that. So the hardcore 3D pre-workout I have coming in is in transit today. So I expect it to show up tomorrow. Hopefully it doesn't show up. If it doesn't show up tomorrow, that's going to be Monday. So I'm hoping it shows up tomorrow. So expect a review for that in tomorrow's video. If not, then expect it 2 videos from now. But hopefully it comes in tomorrow. I'm looking forward to it. I definitely feel like I need it. The deficit's so low right now, and I'm starting to add in some more cardio. So the energy is very low right now. And the only thing keeping me going is not only the vision, like what I have my mindset to and what I'm working towards, but also you guys. Because I know I'm vlogging this stuff. I'm putting it out there for the world to see. So you guys are all seeing it. And I'm basically forcing myself to be held accountable because this stuff's getting posted on the internet. So you guys will see if I'm not making any results whatsoever. And really, scale-wise, I haven't. Scale-wise, I feel about I've been floating about the same light this whole time. But composition-wise, I'm noticing more leanness in my arms and even in my chest. So I'm hoping that I just didn't cut my calories well enough when I first started and just wasn't doing enough cardio, that I was almost in a recomp stage by complete accident, which is why I chose to cut them again, because I do want to start noticing a difference. And that's also why I'm going to change my cardio. I've been doing stationary bike, but I have a really bad tendency when doing stationary bike to just take it easy and not really push myself and not get my heart rate where it needs to be. And so that may not look like much to you. This is a 10% incline. And I'm going to work my way up to 15. And this is 3 miles per hour. And my heart rate's at 131. And that's why I'm going to keep it about 130 to 150, somewhere in there. So it's still like zone 2 cardio where I can have a conversation like this if I needed to. But it's not a very comfortable conversation. I am winded. I am getting a good workout in, good cardio in, but it's maintainable. And it's not something excessively hard on my joints like going for a run or a jog, because that's been my main crutch for using stationary bike for cardio, is that it is super easy on my joints. Like, it's easy on my knees, but I have a habit of, because of my knees, not turning the resistance up too much because it does bother my knees. And then I'm half-mindedly just pedaling, absent-mindedly pedaling while watching like a YouTube video or editing a video, or like a lot of the editing happens on my stationary bike. So it's like I'm not really focused on the cardio, which is it's a good thing to do. It's a good thing to find a way to distract yourself. That's why I chose to film the car talk during the cardio today, because I'm going to be completely focused on this and not on this. But it's easy when you distract yourself on the stationary bike, where you control the speed the whole time, to completely just zone out and hardly be pedaling and not even notice it until you kind of zone back in to what you're doing. And then go, crap. And you start putting some effort back in, and you look at your watch. And not that the stuff is accurate, not that this right here, that's the heart reading monitor on this, is accurate, but it gives you an idea. And when I put my hands on this, on the bike, and see it says, right now, obviously it's not what it says, but if it says on the bike, like 68, and I look at my watch, it's like 72, I'm not going very hard. I'd say that's most fat people's, that's most Americans' resting heart rate, which, you know, a good healthy resting heart rate is like in the 50s to 60s. Like my resting heart rate floats between 55 and 65. You get just somewhere in that range. And that's a good, healthy resting heart rate. But like, to be doing cardio, and I'm distracted editing a video, distracted watching a video, distracted editing a video, distracted watching a TV show or movie, just to keep my mind off of the cardio I'm doing. Well, guess what? If I'm only doing cardio, just getting my heart rate up in the 70s, you're not doing cardio, you're sitting on your rear end watching a TV show. Yes, I'm going to get the benefits that I'm moving my legs and doing some exercise, right? But it's borderline, not cardio, it's neat, non-exercise. Oh God, I can't think. Something thermodynamic, but it's you know, when you fiddle, like you're sitting at a table and you're just tapping, right? That's neat. And so basically, because my legs are just barely moving on the pedals while I'm zoned out, I'm basically adding more neat into my day, but not actual cardio, not actually burning any meaningful calories, not actually helping my GO2 max get better, my VO2 max get better in any way, shape, or form, not helping my cardiovascular health or anything in that moment, because the cardio I'm doing is hardly even cardio, it's nothing meaningful at all. So this is going to be what we do, and it makes sense. Most bodybuilders, if not all of them, I mean, yeah, they do use the stationary bike, like some of them make sense. So with most of the stationary bike, I have a stationary bike in my bedroom, and I'm going to continue to use it for certain cardio, or just to get, extra exercise in. But this is going to be the main burner that I do for 30 minutes to an hour a day. And that's the thing is, a lot of people, bodybuilders, anyone on a weight loss journey who's willing to put in the effort, incline treadmill and Stairmaster. Those are your main sources of cardio, or rower. Rowers are fantastic, but I have the same issue with rowers as I do with the stationary bike. I got a habit of just like going through the motions and not actually trying to put in an effort. After a while, like that first 30 seconds to a minute, I'm sitting there giving it my all. And eventually you just get tired of doing it. And also rowers just aren't really made for steady state. So that's what I'm looking to do, is obviously zone 2 cardio, somewhere where my heart is between like 130 and 150. And I've been holding 130 pretty steadily this whole time. But somewhere in there, zone 2, this isn't comfortable. It is taking the breath away a little bit, but I can still have a conversation. That is basically the idea for zone 2. Zone 1, you wouldn't hear me taking these deep breaths and struggling at least slightly to talk to you. It would just be a normal, everyday conversation. And then zone 3, I might be able to get a few words out, but probably something like, so you guys, something like that. Zone 4, you're not talking to anybody. You will just go in. You're basically running a marathon at that point. You're not having a conversation with anybody. You're fighting for your life. Same with Zone 5. I believe it. I do believe it's 1 through 5. Correct me if I'm wrong. But this is just what cardio's going to look like for the next few months. And the plan is to do 10% at 3 miles per hour for 30 minutes to an hour. And once I can do an hour pretty comfortably, I'm going to up the incline to 15. And I think that jump is going to force me to probably have to cut the cardio down, take 30 minutes, and work my way back up to an hour. But that's the goal. Especially as we enter fall and winter, there isn't going to be any shooting hoops with Brandon. There isn't going to be any going for bike rides or going for walks at the park or hikes or anything like that. It's all going to be indoors. And so, outside of maybe putting on a hoodie and sweatpants and going for a jog on the track at the park, I do that once in a while in the winter. Let's go primarily be indoor stuff like this. I'm just not the world's biggest fan of the Stairmaster anymore. I used to love it when I did my initial 300 pounds down to 180. Stairmaster was like my primary cardio source, and I was able to do an hour on it at level 8. So, if I loved Stairmaster, and I loved the challenge, I loved how drenched in sweat I was because it's that challenging of cardio. But with my knee issues now, it's not as viable as it used to be because like the knee pain slows me down, and I really don't want to use it at level 4 because I think last time I tried to use it, I could only do like 10 minutes at level 4, and I had to call in because one, I haven't done it forever, so it was killing me, but also my knees were just not doing well. But I do plan on hopping on BPC 157 for my knees, which is going to help heal them up. So maybe Stair Stepper comes back into the mix. We'll see. But right now, this is the plan. This is what cardio is going to look like, and I'm fine with that. I got a good deal sweat going underneath my shirt, which sucks because these black clop shirts, the deodorant starts to stain this. If you sweat them too much, so I'll be buying new shirts soon again, but that's fine. But I do think today's arm workout was great. I still have, especially in the triceps and the side delts, a really good pump. The bicep pump has already faded pretty meaningfully. Like terrible, but good workout, no complaints. So I'm gonna finish this cardio, and I'll see you tomorrow for a leg day.